Morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's match day, people. How do you feel to be a Man United supporter? Of course, we're talking about Man United versus Bodö Glimt or Bodö Glimt, and we have exactly 8 hours and 30 minutes to kick off. What an excitement. And let me know, how do you feel? Because I got my main man behind me, Ruben Amorim, or some people call me Mick Ruby, or like maybe we are evil twins. Look, we kind of look alike, right? So maybe it's Mick Ruben. That sounds like a bunch of frogs going Ruben. But that is the British press going asking for Ruben Amorim to speak. Ruben. Anyway, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know in the comments in the VR room. What do you feel about today's game? Of course, in today's show, we're going to build it up for all the anticipation. We're going to talk about Ruben Amorim's expectations since we covered the press conference yesterday, and we are the Flying Amorims. It's match day, people. The Flying Amorims in the house. We're going to talk about rotation is the key here, and potential will he rests certain players according to the press conference, what he said yesterday. We're going to talk about can we expect from Bodö Glimt? Who are they? Are they kind of the fishermen from the northern Norway? Are they Vikings? Are they come here? Are they pagans? We don't really know much about them, but we're going to talk about that as well. And who will start on top because we're missing goals. Ruben spoke about this yesterday, and where's the goals going to come from? And that kind of leads down to shots being fired. I mean, we need shots on target, not 50 shots in Belfast like Marcus Rashford, because it felt a little bit like Ruben Amorim had a little bit of shot on Marcus Rashford, saying it's up to Marcus to want it and to own it. So this is the topics we're going to talk about today, and that kind of leads down to the overall starting 11, what we're going to do together, or at least what I'm going to present, what I believe is going to start today. And at the end of the show, we're going to sort of predict. We're not going to jinx it, but we're going to predict the overall score prediction. A win is a win. A win is a must. Guys, do me one massive favor while you're in here, because finger that little like button. That is so important for YouTube algorithm. You know the finger. You have it right here is a thumb. You have a pointing fingers. Just do it. It's really good for the YouTube algorithms. So many competitions out there. But if you know, we've been in this YouTube space for 2 years, and we don't do spews for views. We do factual based what's been reported out there. We always provide you with a balanced approach when it comes to everything around Manchester United. Smash that like and live in hell button right here, right now. Let's get right into the show. Who is in the house? Rasta Stocks is here, coming in early. Rashford is finished, Mick. Well, Jesus Christ. We will dive right into that later on, because we all watched the press conference yesterday when Ruben Amorim was kind of speaking. Well, really, he was really bullied by two giants playing as a number 9. But what is Rashford's position? What is Rashford's future in this team? Is there a future for him in the 3-4-3 system? I have my doubts. Seriously, I have my doubts. And Stu is coming in here. Big up, Stu, all the way. Smash them early likes, guys. Thank you, Stu, so much. Thank you. And smash that like for my mate, Ruben. Mick Ruben is in the house, my evil twin. Hang on a second. Do you see the resemblance? No, you don't. Probably you don't. Morning, Stephanie Griffith. How you doing? Are you going down to the Bishop's Arms? If you do, go catch up with Stella with a fella. Of course, we're talking about Antony. He's down there drinking his beer competition with Mark Nurse. And we're going to do some broadcasting from there as well. Hopefully, if Mark is sober enough, because I think that, Peter Elianteno can drink Mark under the table at the Bishop's Arms as well. What are you saying here, Stu, about time coach called Marcus out? Yeah, somebody's got to do it. He's been kind of living under cotton wool, wrapped in cotton wool, surviving 5 different managers and surrounding himself with family members. And his brother's his agents. Of course, when you got that bumper contract on $350K a week, you don't look bothered anymore. You know you're going to get paid. You know you're going to get your $400K in bonus. And you can tell on his body language. But I think, against Ipswich Town, he was exposed. I mean, there was one thing that he did right, and that was the tap-in. That was easy, driving by the byline by no other than, who. David Starlet, that learns in training, that was getting a lot of praise. Of course, we're talking about Amad Diallo, that drove and passed through like a proper wingback should do, and just put the ball into the into the box and someone was there to tap in and happened to be Rashford. And we haven't been doing that lately. So Ruben talked about where's the goals going to come from. We're going to dive into that in the video clip later on as well. Anyway, big up to you. Anyway, Amar Fakir is here in the house to say Amadio, most serious attacking player we have now. You mean Amad Diallo? Yeah, 100%. But the question is, will he start today or be rested? Because Amorim spoke about this in yesterday's press conference, that his magical formula is to kind of players that played in 3 days ago will not sort of train, and they will do rotation, and players that didn't play will train. So what is that all about? That is kind of a new concept and so refreshing to hear. Anyway, so Ruben is talking a good game, what we want to hear. So let's get right into the video. And of course, we are counting down the countdown. We are talking about Bodö Glimt rolling into Manchester. 8 hours and 23 minutes, people. 8 hours and 23 minutes to kick off. And how excited are you? Let me know in the comments where you from and how do you feel to be a Man United fan today. Certainly a win is a win and it's a must. And Ruben, this is his first time under the floodlights and the overall experience at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim, welcome to the stage. How do you feel to be a Man United manager today, and what can we expect? Let's play the clip.
Just wondering how much you're looking forward to coaching at Old Trafford for the first time.
Yeah, everybody's said to me that it will be a special time. I just want to win the game, just to give that happiness to the supporters.
Yeah, happiness to the supporters. Like, how does it feel to play under the floodlights? Yeah, I've been told it's a very special feeling, but I'm not really bothered. I just want to make everyone happy. I just want to win this game and make sure that the supporters are happy. Give a little bit of a confidence boost to tell you, I'm here, I'm arrived. So what is your comments regarding that? I think he's doing the right thing. He got hardly done by the Sky Sports post-match interview when Ed Sheeran came in and interrupted the Tractor Boys. Come on, man. Seriously. I don't think he should talk to media more than needed. Like, there should only be the press conference and there should be the post-match. And let Man United appoint a spokesperson from a PR department to speak to the rest of the fan base and the media. That's the way I think it's forward. That's the way we can protect Bruno and the rest of the team, and Ruben and the rest of the team, and don't leak out tactics, to be honest, right? Why are we posting the formation? Why are we posting training videos so the opponents can see? It doesn't really make sense. So Man United needs to stop this social media and let Ruben Amorim cook. Let's continue with Ruben. Let's go, Ruben.
Before the match, it will be like a new sensation, but after the whistle, it will be one more game, and we want to win that match.
Of course, one more game, and this coming up to who will Ruben pick today? It's game by game policy, right? And for him, it's like after the whistle, it's going to be a sensation, not only for him, but if we win this game, it would be euphoria. And if you're currently down in Manchester and you see a bunch of drunken Norwegian happy-go-lucky in yellow, say hello to them because they're super friendly. We're going to talk about Bodö Glimt supporters as well in this video. Let's continue with the next question, and I think it's all about rotation. This is the key elements that's going to lead down to how we're going to pick the lineup and who is potentially going to score today.
Obviously, the win's key, but are you looking to rotate the profile of the players and some of the?
We have to do it. We have to do it, especially in this moment, because we have a lot of games and we are in the beginning of something. They have to feel that they are part of the team.
So it's a team game. Like, we have to rotate. I mean, we're literally playing 3 games a week. I mean, 2 games a week. We're playing Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, all the way up to New Year's break. Guys, I want to go into the comment section to see what you guys have to say. 100%. Bless up. Thank you. And who's been our best player? You reckon? Yeah, Amar is saying Ahmad has been our best player. Certainly the most intelligent player. Elian Tenno in the house. Elian, let me know. Are you going to drink Mark under the table? Stella with the fella. Big up Mick and chat. and Rashford is done at United. We're going to come to that. Pearl is in the house all the way from Singapore. Big up Pearl, big up the Red Army. Here I'm greetings from Singapore. Happy to be here, part of the United fan base. You know, Pearl, we share something in common, and that is the 7 hours time difference between UK, the home base of Premier League, and us. And it's so damning, like, you know, probably going to be 3 a.m. in the morning where you're going to watch the game, and same as me as well. Listen, it's plain and simple. We're going to win the game, and rotation is key. And we have a big enough squad to rotate, but of course, the big question mark when we actually played 1-1 against Ipswich, it was pretty much basic. Players look overloaded, didn't know what to do. So it was pretty much building up from the back and go from there. Happy-go-lucky. But obviously, we have more training sessions with senior players in the squad, and we're going to do rotation. Let's continue to hear what Ruben has to say more further.
So they are international players. They will rotate, and we will try to manage to try to win every game and not just focus on this game and try to just have an idea, clear idea how to play, and everybody has to be on the same page.
Yeah, everyone has to be on the same page. 100% agree. I mean, we look like a little bit like headless chickens against Ipswich, but it's understandable, right? You know, and senior players like Bruno, like everyone that's been out on international break, they are so used to it, right? They come to the international squads and they play different formation, different systems, and you know, this is what we need to train right now on. And it's going to be, you know, short-term pain for long-term game, in my opinion. So I'm excited about tonight. What is the chat saying? Glory, glory, Man United forever. 100%. Agreed. You know, agreed. Don't feed the animals to the zoo. Nash, big up to you, my friend. I hope Ruben doesn't take the bait of English media. Stick never talking down to our players. A lot of fragile, unfortunately. Man, we as a fan base, we need to protect this team now. We need to protect our badge. We need to call out the media for what they are. Like, you know, it was absolutely shambles in terms of like, you know, oh, Ed Sheeran is here. Fuck you, Ruben. Let's talk to Ed Sheeran for the clicks. So definitely. And what you're saying here is, Stephanie, score 3 goals and we'll win. Simple as that. Well, probably not going to be simple. Anyway, I want to hear from Alien Tenor as well. Answer my question. Will you drink Mark Nurse under the table, Stella with a fella, and the Bishop's Arm? Ruben, the floor is yours. We're not going to take more of your time because you've been speaking more to the press than you'll be spending the time with your squad training. But obviously you have now.
Ruben, you said on Sunday that the players who didn't play were going to train. Do you end up, if you do that, kind of splitting the squad almost, and then it becomes more difficult?
No, they are already split because if Bruno plays tomorrow, he cannot train for 2 days. Even the day before the next match, he cannot train, just slowly.
And this, people, this is music to my ears. This is refreshing. This is something that we haven't heard from other managers before. We know we had injury crisis last season because Ten Hag didn't trust his squad. He was overplaying certain players. He was burning out, you know, Kobe Mainoo. He was burning out, you know, the young Garnachos. Højlund was never supposed to be the #1 striker target, carrying the world on his shoulder. He's only 21, 20. You know what I mean? But this is music to my ears to hear say, like, we have a big enough squad and we're already splitting up players in 2 camps. So players that played, you know, players that played today's game will not train for 2-3 days. They might do some light ball working training, some aqua gym, and players that didn't play will train and prepare for the next game. So it's equally important that we have a fresh squad and we avoid injuries. And that, my friends, was a very good takeaway from this presser, in my opinion. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is the correct way to do? I think so.
Jogging, so they already split. What I'm saying is that some guys that don't play in the next day of the match, they will train. They will have an opportunity to real train, to have a real training session. So that's what I meant at the time. Some guys will play, some guys have the opportunity to have a training session. In the next game, we will change positions. Some of the guys will fill the game, and some of the guys that don't play will train in the next day.
I think this is absolutely brilliant. I think this is brilliant in a way that, you know, we need to have a fresh squad for come end of May. You know, and looking at all the cup competitions that we have so far, we're in every cup competition. And the question is, should we sacrifice something? I don't think so. This is Man United. We should go for every single trophy that is available. Currently sitting on 13th or 12th in the league, playing catch up. We are kind of climbing up the ladder in Europa League, and we need to win today's game. So fresh legs is very important. Intensity is also important. Certain players, in my opinion, this is in my opinion, haven't had the right intensity application. They've been quite shambolic in a way, like, you know, come on, what are you doing? Oh, chase the ball. I can't be bothered. They look like pompadons, like princesses, like this. I just love that backflip, by the way. You can all resonate to the boxer going, in fact, if we looked at Liverpool game yesterday, like, you know, they totally decimated Real Madrid. I mean, come on. Arne Slot comes in and slots right in, press play, and they're now top of the league in the Premier League and absolutely top of the league in the Champions League. And this is where we want to belong, but we are so far away, guys. We're really far away. We belong to dine in the top of the league table as well, like 100%. Changes is good, according to Rasta Stocks. And what are you saying here, Nash? Do you think Amorim should look at Europa as his pre-season? That's a big question mark. I stick to the point one. Not focus on results, but instead of tinkering with his squad. We saw with Ten Hag winning cups meant nothing. It was about the league. Well, there's three questions in one. There's a Kinder Surprise. And my honest opinion is, yes. I mean, in a way, guys, Nash and everyone else, I mean, think about it logically. Like, you know, this is a man that just came in 3/4 of a season. You know, we played 12 games in the Premier League. We had an interim manager. Ten Hag was sacked. So he hasn't really had a preseason, and this is not really his players. So, yeah, it will be an experiment ground to sort of a jigsaw puzzle that you spread out, and you trying as a head coach to sort of understand who fits in what, who will run through the brick walls, who can I convert to a right wing back or left wing back, XYZ. So it's going to take time. He said it. We're going to suffer a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit of a trial and error, in my opinion. And should he? Yes, you can sort of see this whole thing like up to Christmas as a pre-season. And the little bit of worrying sign is that, yeah, we do have 2 home games, but the big one is away against Arsenal. I think it's on the 6th of December. And up to then, we should be up to scratch. I think we should be up to scratch. So the question is, should we focus on the league? I think we should focus on everything. No, every game is a new game, and every player needs to give their maximum intensity. We cannot do like we did against Ipswich, ball watching. The pressing needs to be on par. There needs to be runners running behind the channels. You need to play Højlund as a number 9, not Marcus Rashford, because we need to find the striker. Like, take the first goal against Ipswich, 1 minute and 33 seconds. It was a beautiful goal. This is the way we should play, you know. Wingbacks should run the channel, you know, and respect the hugging their byline, and simply take on the defenders and put the ball into the box. We should have a fox in the box, and we haven't had that, right? We haven't had that. So I think the players are learning at the moment, and it's going to take time. Smash the likes button, please, and I do hope that explains, you know, that is the answer to your question, I guess. Stephanie Griffith, Salah, Nunes, Gapco, Jota, Diaz versus Rashford, Højlund, Xerxes, Garnacho, Antony, Ahmad, Fringe versus Misfits. Misfiring. Yeah, we are kind of not firing in all cylinders. I agree with you saying, Stephanie. If I'm having a little bit of a quirky voice, that means that bugger me. It's bugs flying around. Fire's been shot at Mick Ruby. I keep dodging those bullets, but honest to God, I got a flu 3 weeks ago. I went to the gym. After that gym, I got sick. You know, I got sick. And I was thinking, well, maybe that was a coincidence. I never get sick. I just recovered to go to the gym after 2 weeks break. I went to the gym, same gym, went to do a workout session. And lo and behold, 2 hours later, sore throat, bloody nose again. It's a double. It's a bloody double shot at Mick Ruby. So I'm thinking to complain, this is not hygienic gym. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, guys, big up. Let's continue what Ruben has to say.
Next year. Hi, Ruben.
Oh, yeah. This is basically what do we expect from Bodö Glimt. Bodö Glimt. So this is a Norwegian journalist asking the question.
Bodö Glimt has a very important match on Sunday, and the coach, Kjetil Knudsen, has said that they might rest some players tomorrow. Do you believe him, or do you think he's bluffing?
I don't know. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just focused on improving our team, winning a game, the first game in Old Trafford. We need to feel that momentum. It's important when you are putting an idea. If you win, it's a big help. So I'm just focused on our team. I know the players and the way the team plays, they will not change because one.
Yeah, but I like this answer. Like, I don't give a rat's ass what they are. I'm just focusing on us. You know, we need to perform standards, you know. Bodø Glimt, on the other hand, they're not a pushovers. But, you know, if you know Norwegian League, and I've been speaking to Jarvis about this, because they are part of Northern Norway. They're quite laid back. They are like a full community. And matter of fact, the latest reports, what I heard is about that they came with everyone to Man United. It's going to be jam-packed with yellows, right? They came with the women's team, they came with the whole community, and everyone's going to be there to celebrate because this is a big moment for them to come to Old Trafford to play. Now, Bodø Glimt came up to the Norwegian League in 1972, if I can remember correctly, because back then in Norway, they didn't allow Northerners to play in the team because distance was too far. So from then on, no, there's been a lot of good teams coming up from Northern Norway, but they're so laid back and they are pretty much working class culture, fishermen's, but they're not really Vikings coming in like, you know, pagans to come in. They're here to enjoy and have a good time. So they don't really expect to win, but they're coming there to celebrate the team under the floodlights. But however, they do have tricky wingers and they do run a lot. They do have a lot of intensity. So Ruben Amorim, you need to apply intensity to those players as well, and don't be that boxer that we saw just earlier today.
One player is going to be out, so I'm just focused on winning the game and see different things in our squad.
And basically, Jens Petter is class, 100%. Jens Petter Haug is a class. You know, there's certain players that you never heard of, but if you watch the league, if you watch them, they are a little bit of a yo-yo team. They're going up and down, up and down. But this season. And basically, the question was from this journalist, they're looking to rest certain players. And the question is, why are they looking? Because they have a final on Sunday, meaning it's this title deciding final in the Norwegian League. So if Bodø Glimt on Sunday wins that game, they are champions of Norway, pretty much. Big up, Cat in the house. Big up. Been a hot minute, Cat. How are you doing? Hopefully we don't have a catastrophe today. Ha, 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 ha. You know me. Amorim dealt with the press brilliantly yesterday. 100%. You know, I was covering this for 2 presses now. Like, he's the poet, the way he speaks. He doesn't allow the sly hidden agendas to trip him up. He tackles them openly, head on. Look, Kat, I couldn't agree more with you on this occasion. Like, you know, every shit question that was fired upon him, he was polite and answered it in his way, you know. And I like that, you know. Let's go against Bodø Glimt. 100%. Big up Royden Frost. How you doing? Let's continue because there's further questions. Neil Custis.
The club hasn't really had a recognised consistent goal scorer, maybe some.
This is about who's going to scoring the goals now. And I love the answer from Ruben Amorim because this is Neil Custis from The Sun coming in and saying, well, we're not really firing at the moment. The front three are not really scoring goals. What are you going to do about it? But this is the brilliant answer from Ruben Amorim, which leads up to Marcus Rashford.
Do you see that's what this club needs? Because you left 2 strikers on the bench on Sunday, you played Marcus up front. It's got a lack of goals. Is that the major concern?
Lack of goals. Now, listen to this.
Of course, there is a concern in that, but I think we have to improve as a team because we have quality players that can score so many goals. But you can feel it in the second half. We controlled the possession of the ball, but we were not dangerous. Maybe because we spent the week trying to work on build-up.
Yeah, but that's what he did on the first week. I mean, it was Ruben's first training session, and he worked with the players that were there and players that came back from the international. So there was just building up from the back, like, you know, from the internationals, right? And simple as that. So they didn't have time to implement the full system of how to run, how to play. There was information overload. So what we did was basic, like, you know, build up from the back and play from there. And the rest, we saw the players had no identity. They didn't understand how to press, when to press, and instigation, the triggers.
And then the rest was not work. So we will try to improve as a team. And Rasmus and Josh and Rash will score more goals. Even Bruno has to score more.
Even Bruno. So what he's trying to say here, that the whole team needs to work in tandem. We need to actually supply the firing line with creativity. So far, that's what we've been lacking under Ten Hag as well, what we've been criticizing, to say we're not creating goal-scoring opportunities for our strikers. But that has to come down from the wingers. In the old system, the wingers were kind of inverted wingers. They were cutting in and shooting and not really creating any service. So this is something that we need to fix, according to Ruben, and I agree with him. In order to even to get a striker, what's the point of getting a striker if we can't even have creativity, if we can't have the two number 10s creating the goal-scoring opportunities? So goals needs to come from the wing-backs, from the two number 10s, and also goals needs to come from the whole team, in my opinion as well.
More goals. Ahmad has to be better near the goal. All these guys need to improve, and we can score so many goals.
100% we can score so many goals. I mean, it's been lackluster watching us, like, you know, grinding it out, like, you know, passing and bobbing around. We've been used to Ten Hag system, possession-based football. Like, possession doesn't win you games. Goals wins you games. So it's all a matter of fact, the creativity. How do you get the ball to the final third? And this is something that needs to be improved, 100%. Now, you can throw up a Marcus Rashford up on front, but Marcus Rashford, he ain't a player like Victor Gyökeres. They hold up the ball and push away the defender. He's lightweight. The only similar player that we have to Gyökeres is Højlund. And this is something that I believe that Ruben needs to work with. He needs to work with Højlund because he's got it in his locker and he's got the speed and ability. But this question leads up to the future of Marcus Rashford, which is very damn interesting in my opinion.
We don't need to you are trying to, if I need a new striker to score goals, we need to improve as a team, and these players can score more goals.
True.
Marcus scored 32 seasons ago.
Here comes the British media protecting the star boy, Marcus Rashford. Oh, Marcus scored 30 goals. Hey, what you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? They're creating the headlines, but this is brilliant from Ruben. He's calling it out.
Which was his career best. And he's slid since then. He's not even in the England setup.
Oh, poor boy. He's not even in the England setup. Why?
Can you see something in him that you can get him back to those levels?
Yeah, I will try to help him. That position is not the best one for him, especially in the game like that. We have to kick with high pressure. We have to kick the ball so many times, and he was like fighting with two giants. So
devil's in the details, you know. Marcus Rashford has had so much help from all the managers and coaches previous, and he's coming out to say that position is not his best position. Well, you're not a left wing back, are you, Marcus? You're not a right wing back. So where are you going to fit in the team? You're not a number 10. Interesting. So this is fire shots at the moment, in my opinion, if you read between the lines and if you listen carefully what he has to say here.
We'll try to find the right solution for him as for the other players. But
interesting.
He has to be Marcus, first of all, to try to return to that moment.
Wow.
And then you will have the help of all the staff with all the club and all the fans, because he's a Manchester United boy. But he has to be the first one to really want it.
This, my friends, is revolutionary. That is a shot at Marcus Rashford. You need to want it. You need to be Marcus. You need to be Marcus Rashford. You got it in your locker. Instead, you got the bumper contract. and you're looking like a rapper, walking like little yo-yo and stuff like that, soaking on the pitch. The body language don't cry, don't lie. In my opinion, your social media tweets don't help. What you need to do is go back to the old Marcus Rashford. The only time they helped you was when you were sent away from mental boot camp, and when you start scoring your goals and doing this. Now, this is Ruben Amorim calling him out to say, look, you need to want it. We can only do certain level things to provide you all the basic support and training, but it comes from the player. It comes from your desire. It comes from you need to want to be part of this team and improve. I will provide you with all the tools necessary, but it comes down to you, Marcus. Now, I want to hear from you guys. This is really a shot underlying, if you read between the lines, like the devil's in the details, right? I certainly believe that Marcus Rashford is a fantastic player. He's been there for us for many, many years, but he hasn't really developed, right? You can go back to the 2 seasons when he scored 30 goals, right? There is a player. But in this system, particularly the 3-4-3 system, there is no space for him. You can't shoehorn him in any way. I mean, Ten Hag tried to shoehorn him because he's got something in his contract to say you need to play him, right? And there's even players like Garnacho where you're going to fit him because he looks lost as well. So, in my opinion, this sounds to me that this is the last dance saloon for Rashford. I don't have any agendas. I just want our team to do what Ruben says here. It's a team play, team effort, team pressing, team this, team that. You know what I mean? But if he can get the best out of Rashford, where will his position be? I don't see him as a number 9 anymore. I don't see it. Because he said himself, he cannot go against 2 giants. He looks lost. His pace has kind of declined a little bit. You know, Marcus Rashford's best ability was coming in from the left, cutting in wide and having a shot, taking on defenders. But it needs to come from you. I want to hear from you guys anyway. Big up everyone. There's been so many comments flying in here. Let me just go. But Xerxes as well, like he hasn't done nothing. Yeah, really. I mean, Xerxes is another one that, I don't know. We bought him in because he was cheap. We bought him in because he's cheap. But where does he fit in? Does he? Will he be sold in the summer? Because there's reports coming in there. We need to get a prolific goal scorer. We need to have that cherry on the top. And the only one that can do this job that is the player that knows Ruben Amorim. And that is Gyökeres, 100%. You guys are coming in to say, Stu, Theo Hernandez would be my dream left back. 100%. He's so great. Or even Kwicha Kvaratskhelia. We should be Man United like we used to be under Sir Alex Ferguson. Just go bloody get the best players for specialist players for each position. 100%. We are a team. We should fight as a team. We should support as a team. So big up all of you guys. I want to hear from you. The right solution, Brace, Bayern or PSG? Oh yeah, the right solution, Barca, Bayern or PSG. Is that for Marcus Rashford? Potentially. Nash, what you saying here, my friend? Rashford truly needs to see a therapist. You can't see with the slumps and the wait a minute, I can't read this without my glasses. Rashford truly just needs to see a therapist. You can't see when he slumps and let the game eat him alive. A guy who looks like he's battling demons. Bro, whatever is going on in his mind, it's not my business. What is my business and your business is the performance on the pitch, right? But you can't surround yourself with yes-sayers. Like, you know, if you look at his agency, Entourage, he's surrounded, his brother is an agent. And how can you sort of receive constructive criticism if you're a narcissist and everyone is saying, well, keep doing what you're doing, son. Yeah, brother, I believe in you. Yeah, you know, what you wear off the pitch, it's not a problem. What you drive, it's not a problem. But it's how you apply yourself on the pitch. Really. And I don't see a Marcus Rashford fitting in this system. I don't see it. So this, from now on to the end of the season, will be the biggest addition, not only for Rashford, but all of these players, you know, because come this summer, there's certainly going to be some outs and ins in the summer window, potentially in the January window as well. Let me see what Amorims has to say. Amir, what you're saying here, Højlund is good striker. It just needs more passes often. But he also needs proper coaching, right? He needs direction. And there was one thing that Ruben Amorim did with Gyökeres when he bought him as a striker. He was kind of a bang average striker from Brighton that was loaned out to Coventry, and he went for 20 million. But he's a channel runner. He's strong as an ox, and he can shoot. So Ruben Amorim's system is to sort of exploit the spaces, to suck in the opposition and leave spaces so you can actually ping the balls, long balls over the top so you can run on. And this is what Gyökeres does immaculately. To the left, to the right, in the middle. And that's about it. Big up to you, Brian Foskett, as well. Big up to you. Like you're seeing what you're saying, if Marcus Rashford mind looks pitch, then he will get better. Clear your mind and the rest will follow. You know that song, free your mind and the rest will follow. Royden, what you're saying here, Evans, Casemiro, Eriksson, Lindelof, Rashford are done under this system. Is there a place for Lucas Roberto? There is, I think, as a left wing back potentially, or as a rotational left-footed centre back, in my opinion. Kat, what you saying here, my friend? Amorim seems to have seen through Rashford. Yep, Amorim has armor. Amorim has armor. Ruben, where are you? Ruben, Mick Ruben is here. Yeah, so you need to sort of see through the bullshit and the craps. And, you know, there was even a question in his first press conference was say, a lot of these players are thrown managed on the bus. So he will protect the players, but if they don't perform, he will throw them on the bus for sure by not playing them. Royden, what you're saying here, if Rasmus gets 10 crosses a game in the box, then he will score us minimum 2 goals. 100%. It takes about 2 crosses, 2 chances to convert 2 goals by ratio, in my opinion. Sometimes you're clinical, sometimes it's all about luck. But in order to score goals, it's exactly what you said. You need to put crosses in the box. You need to service Højlund, 100%, you know. So DJ Superfly is saying that Rashford is no longer the poster boy of United. I'm sick of this merry-go-round. Yeah, true. Sell, 100%. You need to sell. But anyway, guys, so thankful that you are coming in here. But don't forget to smash that like button. Finger that like button. I've got a little bit of a crackly voice, so I might end this stream a little bit earlier and drink some water. Actually, I do have some water. Anyway. Lucky Singh here saying, Mick buying Victor Osimhen. I don't know. Will it fit? Will it fit? I'd rather go for a player that understands Amorim's system. You know? I'd rather do that. And I get your sentiment. Hopefully Garnacho, what you are saying, hopefully Garnacho has the ability and hunger to adapt. But in a way, like, you know, I feel sorry for the kid. Like, you know, he was rushed into the first team. He was overplayed. And he's the traditional left winger, right? Can he be converted? Can he be taught? Yes, I believe he can. There's still young players can be molded. So I will keep them. I'll keep the young players. 100%. Amir is also saying here, I believe that all the players are complete now. All the players are complete now. Can you expand a bit on why all are complete? Look, it trickles down to, do you want it? What he said also to Rashford. It was just not pop on Rashford. It's like, you got to want it. If you want to play for me, for your solidify your spot, you got to want it. But also be prepared to rotate. Right? Can you handle it? Because now we are a team. It's not about individual brilliance. It's about team. It is my way or the highway. It was asked, like, can you adapt? Yes, for sure. In the build-up, we might play a 4-2-4-3-3 or 4-2-2-2. But it's in the build-up. But it's how you defend, how you track back, how you sort of progress the ball forward in the final third. And who can do that? In my opinion as well. Let me see what you're saying here, DJ Superfly. Not interested in them Scouser smells. And still Klopp squad slot has done a niche as for Xerxes. apart from his opening goal, that was signs that we've seen to make you so sure he'll come good. I don't know. One opening goal. But his adaptation is well Premier League. Of course, you're playing in Serie A. You had time to look up, time to sort of think. In Premier League, you don't have time. As soon as you receive the ball, you smack right at your knees, right at your shin pads. They will bully you. So you need to sort of think fast all of a sudden. Xerxes will fit into the space. What Royden fit in, watch this space. Never rule him out. Like, you know, you give the first time players like under the season a 1 year slack. 100%. You're still embedded, right? So I believe that Xerxes can play the number 10 role as well. Or sometimes what we saw against Ipswich, he brought in Højlund and Xerxes together. Play two strikers on top. We never know. At the end of the day, like S. Madison saying here, but Mick, we've been saying this for 9 years. I mean, come on. About Rashford. Yeah, come on. It's time to go, Rash. If you don't perform this season, needs to be sold. Club needs to cut it clean. Like if you're serious about doing a cultural reboot, because the dressing room is also led by leaders, and Rashford's been one of the seniors in there voicing his opinion. And youngsters are kind of looking up to him. And it's like, well, wait a minute. If you are soaking on the pitch, if you're not tracking back, if you can't be bothered, you're getting 350k a week, mate. You know, be a role model, right? So you got to get rid of those bad apples, right? I don't care if he's a local lad or whatever you've done for the community, fantastic feeding hungry children. But this is Manchester United. You should know what this is all about, right? You should be by now the most senior player leading with an example, which you're not doing. So therefore, in my opinion, it should be, well, like Thomas saying, it should be 450k easier for Rashford. If you're not motivated by getting paid 450k a week, I mean, come on. You should know that, Mark. You should know that. As soon as you put on the Manchester United jersey, it doesn't mean you made it. No. As soon as you put on this crest, that means work your socks off, right? Now that the ticket prices has increased with 60 quid, of course, fans will expect more. They want to be entertained. They don't want to come and see that shit. The scrutiny is going to be more. If you're not performing, you haven't seen nothing as of yet. Anyway, guys, good to hear your comments. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Thomas is also here all the way from Sweden. I'm with you, Mick. I don't think Rashford fits the system, which is sell him in the summer. We shall see. Season is still long, and the season can be turned around still. All these players, I feel, has been given a second lifeline, including Antony dos Santos, right? Including. And speaking about that, I think it's time to talk about, based what we hear today, based what we heard about Ruben Amorim's comments, I think it's time to sort of kind of give a little bit of hint of the starting 11. Are you with me, folks? All right, it's in great anticipation after listening to this Ruben Amorim's press conference. It took me 24 hours to dissect everything what he'd been saying. And of course, one thing that resonates with me is that he said rotation is key here, like to keep fresh legs. And players that played on Sunday will probably not start here. So we've seen who started, came off the bench, and probably will start in Europa League. We need to have a fully fit squad, and the only way is what Ruben said, split them up in two camps, you know, and keep the momentum going. In my opinion, the way I see it, it's so hard to predict the lineup, you know. So as Madison have an anticipation that Mount has to start and Kobe. Mate, are you reading my mind? Let's go right into it, mate. Let's go right into my score prediction. Let's add this to the stage, peeps. So let me just try to zoom in. Let me know if you can see it. Oh, it's already. I go with a simple solution. It's fourth. I mean, Onana has to start in goal. Onana has been sublime. So much improved. You know, bro, kudos. Bro, He looks like the Onana that we wanted to sign. The Onana should play the fourth centre back. Like, he can play high line and distribute the ball. And, part of the Ruben Amorim squad is a goalkeeping coach that's specializing in distribution. So we will see development over the time. Luke Shaw, I saw, came in against Ipswich. Big up Luke Shaw, or some people call him Puke Shaw. But however, knowing that Lisandro Martinez is fit, it was Ruben said that in the press conference. I don't think that Martinez will start. I think he will be rested and played in the Premier League. So I see Luke Shaw slotting in on the left back position. What you guys are saying? This is my prediction. In the back line, I see Matthias de Ligt. Yeah, he didn't start either, or maybe he did. I can't really remember, but you can't go without Matthias de Ligt in the middle. And Diego Dalot wasted space as a left wing back. No way, Jose. I can see him lining up as a right centre back there. And the surprise is Amad Diallo will probably be dropped. And I see an addition for Antony coming in here playing right wing back. This is Antony's time to shine. You might say you deluded, Mick, but you never know, right? Because the Devils was in the details in his presser. I see Manuel Ugarte coming in here. And Kobe Mainoo was on the bench but was rested. So I see a midfield of Manuel Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo. And the wing-backs for me will be Mazraoui. Undroppable. The signing of the month, the cheapest signing of the season, and he's been like a Swiss Army knife. Our team has improved so much under Mazraoui. And, the reason why I pick Antony here, because we've seen it. He can track back. He can hug the touchline as well. He can drive the ball. So I see that being the lineup. But in terms of the front, in terms of what he said, Rashford played the number 9 role. And Højlund came off the bench. You see what I'm getting at? I see that Rasmus Højlund would start. And we also saw Mason Mount coming in the number 10 role. So I see a undroppable Bruno Fernandes because Bruno was part of this presser. So I see more energies at number 10. This is my lineup, though. This is my prediction. Mason Mount together with Bruno. That's a pressing monster, number 10. Abundance of energy. Kobe Mainoo driving as a number 8 as well. And Manuel Ugarte shielding the glue, the number 6. Because we saw the Casemiro legs are gone. We saw the Eriksen's legs are gone. We will cut through the midfield against Ipswich like hot butter in a frying pan. But that Ruben Amorim probably spotted and will do tweaks. I want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think? Malacia will start probably. What you thinking, S. Madison? Luke Shaw, Amad Diallo. Let's see what you guys are saying. Lucky Singh saying Luke Shaw, Ugarte, Amad Diallo, Xerxes start. Xerxes? Why Xerxes? Can you explain why Xerxes to start? Of course, we never know. We will know when the lineup comes up, but it's always good to have your interaction, your feelings. And also, if you have watching this in retrospective, leave your comments in the non-live comment section as well. Let me see. Malacia will start as well, potentially. But this is a Europa League, and then this is something that I see that he just wants to win games, what he said in the presser. He wants to impress the fans, right? He wants to leave an everlasting impression. This is his first game under Old Trafford, and I don't think he's going to do so much whole changes. Maybe a little bit, and rest certain players for the Premier League game as well. What you say, like, you're sick of opposition treat us a small team, 100%. I'm just saying, Kobe Mainoo, Manuel Ugarte is the perfect midfield duo. Wow, now we're talking. And that is kind of why I picked this midfield as well. I think this is the perfect pairing as well. He was speaking about Lenny Euro in this press as well. And I was so impressed with his answer. Yes, Lenny's fit, he's training, but we simply don't want to rush him in. We're going to take our time. That tells me he's got plans for Lenny Euro. He's a diamond in the gem. He's going to be used with Diego Dalot. Put it right here, Diego Dalot. Well, the reason why I put Diego Dalot, of course, he can provide overlapping here as well with Antony. Like, Antony can track back, they can switch positions. You know what I mean? But it's going to be such a dynamic attacking line. Luke Shaw, of course, is not really fit yet. But one thing what we know about Luke Shaw, he can press up high as well, leaving Matthias de Ligt a little bit lower here, and everyone can push up. We can park ourselves in Bodö Glimt's second half opinion here, and basically keep pressure on, winning back ball high up. That means that, you will have Mason Mount pressing up here. We know that Højlund can press as well. We will have a pretty much compact midfield and wing backs. And these rest of the guys can do the defensive duties. So if the ball goes over the top, we know we have sprinters. We know we have runners. We can save it. Luke Shaw is a little bit suspect, but we know we have Matthias de Ligt as well. And we know that Andre Onana will play up here as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see this, how high up we're going to play. And the ball retention is so important. Like, we will have mid-block, we'll have front pressing block, but we also will have a sort of low block as well, in a way. So this is my prediction, guys. It looks a little bit like a bee swarm, if you look at it. But anyway, I just want to read your comments before we close the shop. Shaw, what you saying? Did you Superfly? Shaw lost it with United fans after being out injured as long as them playing for England. You're 100% right. And the irony is then, who's paying your wages, mate? There's somebody that needs to go as well. And again, laters, bye. Yeah, true. Yeah, no, 100%. I echo what you're saying here, Mr. Fikri. What a comeback from Onana. Let the praise be as loud as the hate, really. Carrying out a United this season, 100%. I don't see anyone criticizing Onana. The only way you can save and salvage your own reputation is what you do on the pitch. So Onana was getting a lot of streak. He improved his game. Marcus Rashford, you need to look at Onana as a prime example. If you want to be loved again, do it on the pitch, Marcus. Do it on the pitch. Just have a word with Onana, right? Onana slipped on many bananas, but he's now up there. Listen, guys, thank you so much. S. Madison is saying here, Mazarawi right wing back, Malacia left wing back. That can work. But we only will find out once the team news comes out. Guys, there is this is my lineup anyway. This is my lineup. And 100% we are looking at the countdown now. The countdown right here, right now, it is 7 hours, 37 minutes to kick off, and I'm getting giddy. Right, Ruben? Ruben. Anyway, Andre is a giant, 100%. Lucky Singing is coming in with some breaking news. What are you saying here? Lisandro Martinez, Matthijs de Ligt, Shaw, Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte, Mazraoui, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Xerxes to start. Where is this coming from? That is exciting, warm, mouth-watering. I didn't think that Lisandro will start, but potentially he will. He will. What you're saying here, for fuck's sake, give me a break. Did I just say that? YouTube algorithm, boop. Sorry, DJ Superfly. I forgot about Mount. Oh my God. Yeah, me too. We forgot we have him in the squad. Maybe this is his season. If he can stay fit. I mean, seriously, I like Mason Mount. I like him off the ball. I like what he can contribute as a number 10, where he can even play out to the wingbacks. We will see. I don't think I'll never be happy with the United squad again. I'm serious at the end of my Teta, and it's saying something when you feel that sick of it. Yeah, I feel it, DJ, 100%. Right. That's why I've always been since Amorim came in, I take it for what it is. I take it with a pinch of salt. I don't gonna have much of expectation. I see this remaining of the season being like a, pre-season until we get it, right? Until we get it. Anyway, get your score predictions in. Get your bloody score predictions in, because this is something that I don't really want to do, and I don't like to jinx it, but we have to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, get your score predictions in. I want to hear from you. I see something, early birds coming in here, flying in with your score prediction. Let me see. I see something. Brian Foskett believes it's going to be a 4-0 to United. It's going to be a baptism. Well, I hope you're right. I can share your confidence there as well. 4-0 to United, according to Brian Foskett. Get in there, United. Let me see. Guys, come in with your score predictions before we close the shop. I want to read more what you guys are saying. Compost Smurth is saying he goes with the Ruby Classico. 3-1 to United. So you reckon we're going to concede? Onana's not going to have a clean sheet. Well, I'm going to tell you my secret, what my score prediction will be. So stick around for that one. S. Madison's going with the scrappy 2-1. And a little bit of realism hit you there. Difficult win. Yeah, it's not going to be a pushover win. I agree what you're saying, S. Madison, as well. And by the way, what does S stand for? If you can sort of be kind to reveal what S stands for. I like Madison. It's like Madison from Spurs, but you're not. You're a Man United fan. 100%, 2-1. Yeah, it might be so. It might be a scruffy win. It might be a 2-1. I don't see us being a finished article as yet, 100%. We believe in Ruben Amorim, 100%. Very angry. We need to be angry, 100%. Bodö may rest players tonight. Yeah, because they have a league final on Sunday. So they have a big weekend. 100%, 100%. Nash, what are you saying here, my friend? Man United 3-0, Bodö Glimt. Whoa, it would be epic if that happened, if they come flattering us. Oh, if not. Listen, if we get the 3-0 under the floodgates of United tonight, and Ruben Amorim will have his virginity broken at Old Trafford with a win, that'd be something. That would be something. And then, winning breeds confidence as well. Listen. Seriously to God. I go what Ruben said. I just want to see good football. I want them to leave a good impression. I want them to fight, right? I don't want to see what we saw against Ipswich. I don't want to see them down-tooling. I don't want to see what we've been seeing. Lackluster, no intensity. And we've been seeing these pompadons. And that backheel kick. You know what I mean? Seriously. No, I'm gonna give you my score prediction, but I know the footballing gods do exist, peeps. I don't really want to jinx it. I go always with the safe Ruby Classic 3-1 to Man United for some reason. That I think we're gonna concede a goal. I don't believe in us yet because we've seen that so many times we go out on the front foot and we kind of invite the pressure. That curse is still there. That kind of mentality is still there. That we kind of have a tendency to, let them into the game. You can see by the percentage how the ball possession is going and the complete passes. Only then that we are inviting them. So I don't want to see that. I wanted to have 90 minutes of consistent game of football, high pressing, don't let them breathe, and we need energy, because Bodö had fantastic wingbacks as well. They're certainly going to come in and play with energy. So for me, if I have to say it, I go with 3-1 United, but I go with a 2-1 as well. Like a 2-1 can also be the case. And who's going to score the goals, guys? Højlund will score. Bruno will score. Yeah, I think Højlund will score one and Bruno will score one as well. So, yeah, guys, let me know who you think is going to score the goals for United. Who's going to be the first goal scorer in Man United? Antony on the pitch. That video, yes. No, guys, that's madness. It's discouraging. It's disgrace. But anyway, I've had my 7 hours and 31 minutes to kick off. We be back, and I am excited. We need to go with all the pots and pans banging on our heads. Yeah, peeps, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been me having a little bit of a gas. You know what I mean? Not like Gas Taylor, one of our community members, but it should be a smooth sailing for United today. I go with the 3-1 Man United, and a win is a win. I don't care how we win. I want to see Old Trafford bouncing today, and it's going to be also happy-go-lucky yellows there in Bodö Glimt. So happy for Bodö Glimt to come and experience Old Trafford. Guys, don't forget to do us one simple little favor. Genghis Khan is here. Spoof. You know what I mean? That means that you need to smash that like button now. There's over 200 watching live right now. I don't know what to do to get even 200 likes. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's sheer laziness, but don't be like those lazy players. Show us some love and intensity and press. Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming in and what you're saying. Glory, Man United. We will see what happens. We'll be back later on with jam-packed contact, and potentially we'll be live from the Bishop's Arms and see the beer drinking contest between Elian Tenno and Mark Nurse. Who can drink the most Guinness? We will find out later on that if it's going to happen. But if not, we'll be back for the watch along and, of course, the player ratings highlight show after the game. Hopefully we get a win. Until then, people, stay beautiful, stay where you are, and stay positive, stay united. Glory, Man United. I'm out of here. Peace.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.